Hello, and looks like there's a lot of chatter going on about the sell-off in the market, this percentage, that percentage, and that could happen with since January has been full of volatility and lot of ups and downs in a few hundred points. So let's see what's going on and see if we can make some sense out of it. I'll try to make keep this as short as possible. So this was your 2009 and this is your Jan 2020. So after the Jan 2020 COVID low, the market went up high and this is your 2021 year. It went from 3652 to 48, almost 4800. This is back from 4800 to 3500 and this is back from 3800 to 4800. So basically all three candles are almost the same size. For 3 years it thought it went up, it normalized, oversold, whatever, everything, overbought, sorry, not sold. And then it went up, and from there it broke out. This candle 2024 is sitting on top of these 3 years. Okay, 1, 2, 3. It is sitting on a solid 4800 of 3 years. Okay, and your low was 4700 and the high is 6153. So, and this is the 2025 and the low is 5800 to 6163 almost. Okay, so this is it, and your the low of the body is sitting at the high of the body, which is around 59.29. Why this 59.29 is very important, and as long as it is above it, this yearly candle should continue higher. If it goes below, then it can test your 5600 and lower is 5400. This 5625. Yes, that is your marker for bullish or bearish trend change. Now the thing is, ES itself has a gap, a small gap, futures from I think from last December contract, 56 40 or 40 57 40, one of those, and that has not filled. So if it comes all the way here and it fills that, then you know it has done that. But this number 5425 is your 50% marker of this yearly candle. Okay, so 59.29 you are looking at, and everything going below, then what? So now let's say tomorrow the market opens and there's a big sell off and it is coming to 59.29. Ideally it should get supported one more time, or at least a reaction to bounce from there, and then in subsequent sessions it should decide whether it wants to actually break and go lower and test it. Okay, so this is your high level picture, meaning it's an yearly candle. So you have full year, full 11 months. 1 month has passed, full 11 months to play the shenanigans. Okay. Then 3 month quarterly, you have, market going up, and then you had the bull flag. I mean, it came down kind of bull flaggish and then it went up, and it's thinking, it doesn't like above 61, 63, the number which I have been posting. It doesn't like it above that, and it keeps moving down. Like Nvidia 153, it keeps moving down. Tesla 441, it keeps moving down. Apple 257, sorry, it doesn't like it, it keeps moving down. So, or rather, 237 is your support on Apple, and the rejection point is around 257. So, so some numbers are game changer numbers. So once you go above or below that, there is a trend change. Albeit maybe a short-term trend change, but still, where you could wait and see. It's a wait and see game, whether how much and how what it will do. So these are the numbers we talked about, 59.29, and then if it wants to go below, and then this is your 50% marker around 50 54.25. Okay, so a lot can happen in all of this, but overall I am looking, if it is below 6085, then the price is weak, and if it loses 6015, then a good chance it will test into 1500s, and from there it will depend. what's going to happen. But right now, the market is reactionary in the sense that Trump tweets something, hey, tariff on this, then the market will react to something. And if he says, oh, I'm going to negotiate and do something, the market will go back up. So basically, the idea is we don't know how much it's going to do go down or how much it's going to go up. But the only thing we know is that there's going to be volatility. Definitely 100 points a day or maybe more some days, depending on how hot the market is, how hot the incoming and outgoing newses are. Based on that, you could get big volatility of 100 points, 200 points, something. So if you are trading futures, then this is the best market to be in because it you can collect a lot of points from there. And even if you're trading SPY or QQQ, as long as you can contain the loss, small losses, you can still collect 2 to 3 points at a time and keep going. That's there. The panic mode, I'm not so sure if it is there or not yet, but at least as of now, if you see all your this all this it fell down here, cut, and from there it went all the way back up, filled this gap 61.22, and it is coming back down. So the whole idea is that all the move which it had done to move up, it is trying to cancel that. So this was the low here is 59.48. So and this low is 59.78. So between these two low, we need to see how low it wants to go, right? So that's all I'll be looking for, what kind of damage it wants to do between green and blue, right? If it is trying to go below blue, then there's 5809 was your marker before Globex low was 5809. So from there, if it wants to come back up, or from 59.29, 59.68, if it wants to fall down, then all this area will get covered. And your 1 day is, yeah, yes. So I was talking about this is green, this is red, green, red, green, red. Next candle should ideally would have been green, but it's a pattern is a pattern until it's broken. So it doesn't matter. But these were all higher lows. So if it falls down, then the next is coming here, 59.60, and below this you have 59.29, and so on. So it all depends where it is gapping down in the current session when it opens, and between these two lines where it falls, and does it like around these lines and want to go back up. So only those things we need to keep in mind and see. I would not rush to short until it gives a reaction back up, do some retracement up, or have some bear flaggish action, uh, because you can get trapped. NQ also, same price action has happened. um, See, it is sitting on three or price of 3 years. So 76, almost 17,000 is your low for this year, and high is 425. But let's say make it an even number, 22,500, for not saying those too many numbers. And your 21 to 300 is your plus, it's NQ, so 50 points plus minus, do that. And before, if it wants to come down, there's a lot of this candle has beef to do. If it wants to do that, your 50% comes around 19,300. So that's your in between marker. It's already at 21,600, 589. So a little bit more, 20,000 would be your even number, 21,000 would be your even number. So we'll see how it goes from there. The structure is same both in ES and NQ. um, Going up, bear flag action, lot of quarters up, and then if it wants to normalize a little bit, That is a possibility. Like in Nvidia, I had said the stock has moved for 2+ years, so it would want to rest a bit. Why not? We are still in the very tight range of 5,900 to 6,100. Nothing has happened literally for a lot of months other than this range. It's everything is happening in between this range, so it hasn't broken out. It tries to go there. It went below 5,900 a few times, but comes back inside. It tries to exit 1600 but comes down back inside. So the fight is on between these two lines. The fight is on. So unless and until that fight resolves, we have to assume that we'll be in a tight range basis, which is a sideways action in order to normalize the big yearly candle that's there. Oh, other thing is from the low, this is the ninth month on all the charts, YM, NQ, ES, and RTY. So the magic of nine is going on, okay? And this is RTY. RTY, poor thing, not getting a break about 2300, 2330. It tries to, but again, gets sucked right back in. So here is 2200, 2250 was my number, and then 220506 somewhere there, and late 2395 or 2385 somewhere there, would want to test more lower downside, for 2100, 2161. It's like that. RTY is not getting a break for a very long time. YM also same structure, stuck in between these two, and 1 year, sorry, same thing, sitting over 3 years, and YM, the third year has been a little bit higher than all the three. So this is a little bit this thing. So one, two, this is the third year of up, like what do you call as white soldiers kind of a thing. And 44 or 45,000 is an issue for it. And below that, you could test 42,000 to 42,500. That's a possibility. So in overall, the bigger picture, as I showed you, sitting on 3 years of movement and a big move next year, um, you know, the volatility can be the thing and sideways action can be the thing between a certain 500 points up and down. So that's what I've been thinking. Your Tesla